Lewis here for InsideTrackNews.com and the APC United Late Model Series powered by Grisdales. I'm here with Jason Parker, the New Age Punisher with his name tag in case we forget who he is. 2014 Sauble Speedway track champion, and it really was a fitting way to cap off your weekly racing career, because now it looks as though you're down on your schedule back and you're gonna concentrate on the tour. What prompted that decision?
Well, just family commitment. I got a busy business going right now, so it's got my time limited. So this series just makes sense to me. I like the big events, and these are going to be big, top competitors, and you know, I like to travel as well. So this series is just the best of everything I was looking for right now in my career, and we're going to give it a good shot this year.
I mean, this is really what you've been looking for a couple of years now, to have less starts but more meaningful events, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you know, you got to cater to the, you know, to the every Saturday night type of racing. Myself, I was just looking to maybe scale that back a bit and then focus a little more on my family right now. And then, but I can't give up racing. I love it, and I had to find a way to do it, and this is my answer right now.
It's hard to imagine your Sauble program being any better. So I mean, you consider the Sauble event, it's probably gonna be a good run for the 8-car. Your Sunset program is very good, especially after what you did in 2014 with 2 wins there. Are you a little skeptical about the rest of the tour, the rest of the schedule at some of the other tracks?
Oh, absolutely, and I think one of the most appealing things to this series is that factor right there is you know, I looked at this panel we just had, and there was a champion, I think, from every track sitting up there. So we're going to have a lot of diversity in this series. You're going to have guys that shine at one track and maybe struggle slightly at others, and that's what's going to keep it interesting. It seemed like you know, having a series at one track always catered to that home track, those home track cars. So trying to get guys to come in there was tough, because you know, you're always at a disadvantage to those guys that call that track home. In this series, everyone's got a favorite track that they're looking forward to, and I think that's going to really mix up the points run and the winners. The last thing we want to see in this series is a dominant car. I mean, anytime that happens, it takes away from the buzz. I mean, I think you going into these races, there'll be 20 plus cars that could win at any event, and that's what fans look to see.
Yeah, when you look at the list of drivers and you look at all the wide variance of tracks that we're going to, is this going to be a series where it's hard just to get in the show?
Oh, absolutely. We just talked about that. I guess the format, from what I understand, is 26 cars on the smaller tracks, 28 on the bigger tracks. We've got a lineup of 45 cars registered. Well, you know, that's a lot of cars in the B main, and only 2 guys are making it. So, you know, it's going to be a feature before the feature, and you know, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. There's going to be some tore up race cars, and it's going to make it exciting. I mean, the fans are going to get to see a great race before the race starts.
I mean, with all that you've accomplished in your career, I mean, you've done a lot. You've won a lot of races. You've won championships. To be able to come out here and nab a win on this tour in its first year, is that something that could be one of your career-defining moments?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like to be able to, you know, you got 8 shots at it this year to get a checkered flag. So everyone is going to be hunting hard for a win. I hope going into Sauble that's one of my highlights. We're going to work hard for that one, of course. Sunset, I mean, we're doing well at Sunset. We've got some stuff figured out there. So, you know, a win would be great for any guy, for anyone in this series. But I mean, even getting on the podium this year is success for anyone running in this series.
To hear Luke Ramsey talk about this series eventually becoming a crate-only series, how does that make you feel for the health of this tour moving forward?
Well, I think it's a good future plan, as long as we run with the rules that the crate motor package is supposed to run with. These guys have taken all the steps to make sure that happens. Talking with Daryl here at the show, I mean, these guys have got it all planned out, and that's the key to this success is you need to keep these drivers in check. Everyone wants a little more, but if you know your hand's going to get slapped if you go outside the boundaries, it'll keep everyone in line, and that's the key to the crate motor program. I mean, we've been an engine-built engine car my whole career, but that's more or less because of the track I ran at, and the crate motor program never took off. Do I like the crate motor program? Sure, I don't see any problems with it. It's just never been anything we dealt with, but there's a lot of good factors with it, and and I think moving forward they'll have it tightened up enough that it'll be good.
There's no question that racing a late model at this elite level, it's going to cost money. I mean, the racing is a money sport, but knowing that this tour, not only policing motors, but also policing chassis, ride height, weight percentage, even the way the body is hung, to know that tech is going to be stringent, that it's going to be that they're going to put a huge focus on it, does it make you more comfortable putting this investment into this car, knowing that you're going to have the same chance of winning as the guy right next to you?
Absolutely, it does, and I feel that it does for all the teams out there. You know, there's guys that maybe had the mentality, oh, I can't compete. There's no reason that you can't compete in this series. Everyone can run on an even playing field, and like Luke has said, that was their goal here, to make people feel that it's even for everyone. And coming into every weekend, you have as good a shot as anyone else, providing they're running through the rule book, and they've made a point of saying everyone will run through the rule book.
This doesn't happen without the people behind the scenes. You've had one of the best crews in the business for a long time, and some of the best marketing partners. Thank the guys that are going to make this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said before, it costs a lot of money to do this, and without, my family supports me week after week. I've had a crew of guys that have been with me for, well, most of my career, some of them, and Kevin, Adam, Steve helps me out here and there. These guys are great, and they're successful in what we're doing. This year, Scott McTeer has joined my program for I don't know how long this will last. Scott, he's been a competitor for years, and now he's joining my team for this year. So whether we can keep Scott from out behind the wheel is going to be the next thing. But for now, I appreciate his help, and it's definitely going to help me week to week. And then, of course, my sponsors, they're the key to keeping this team going. It's a very expensive sport, and without help, a lot of teams couldn't do it at this level. So, I'd like to thank Prestige Contracting, MacTonnell Fuels, Keep Bright, Backseat Marathon, Saugeen Shores Transmission, Krabby Joe's in Bordeaux and Hanover, Can Do Homes, Ron Gibbons Construction. Man, I hope I got them all. I think I did. But anyway, I appreciate all your help, and this is what's keeping us moving.
And if you're watching this interview and you want to keep up with Jason Parker all year, log on to the brand new official Jason Parker Racing page on Facebook. That's where you can stay up to date with him all year. We're going to have video interviews, press releases, photos, everything you need to know about Jason's program. You can stay up to date with him, Jason Parker Racing on Facebook. Jason, all the best, man, and best of luck in 2015.
Thanks, lots, man.